NBA draft coming right around the corner, and the Pelicans being in a position where they might select a point guard at 7. What does this mean for Dejounte Murray, a guy you brought in to be your point guard of the future? So we're going to break that down right now in the Pelicans scoop. Y'all know the drill. Wait, what? No. Cue my music.
This is the Pelican Scoop with Jordan Kitchens, breaking down everything under the sun about your New Orleans Pelicans. Smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to stay on top of your Pels content. Now, running point, here's Jordan.
What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of the Pelican Scoop. I am your host of the most, Jordan Kitchens, and ladies and gentlemen, the first order of business today, we're going to have a conversation. Today's video is going to be I think all my videos are kind of conversation-based. Kind of expose myself right there, but today's video is definitely more conversation-based in a sense because we're going to talk Dejounte Murray. A guy that when you traded for him was probably the most excited I've ever seen anybody wanting to be a Pelican. And I'm talking about the second he got traded, he must have had Pelican gear already on speed dial or AliExpress, Amazon Prime. This is real Amazon Prime, like the rich people Amazon Prime. Because he had some Pelicans gear like the next day. Right, he posted and he was happy. He was excited for his new chapter in New Orleans. And looking back at it, it's so sad to see because somebody that was so excited to go to this new team, rewrite his own history, fix some of the narratives about his name, coming to a fresh start. And then you start the season off with some family issues where he had to go deal with that. You break your hand. You literally break your hand in the first game of the season. Your shooting hand, matter of fact. You come back from that, speed past that super fast. Probably should have took some more time. You come back to a team with what? 3 wins, a team that was just snake bitten from the jump. You come back, you try to play through the injury. You're not really playing well. You're playing okay because, you're the leader. You bring Dejounte Murray in to be. He's one of these guys that has great leadership qualities. You try to be the leader. You try to be the face. You come in, you play, and you just couldn't get over the hump because you're playing with a broken hand on your shooting hand. And that's all reasonable. And then Zion comes back a little bit, and then boom, you tear your Achilles against the Boston Celtics. And then just like that, now your career might be in jeopardy because who knows? Because everybody knows Achilles injuries are kind of career zappers. Like they could take your career away. We've seen what happened to Boogie Cousins. You've seen how Klay Thompson's career kind of altered after he tore his ACL, then his Achilles. Kobe Bryant, only person I really seen really shake back from Achilles. I mean, Damian Lillard just tore his Achilles too, but was Kevin Durant. Like Kevin Durant, you would have never thought he tore his Achilles the way how he's still playing at such a high level, but his game is different. KD is a guy that literally lives in the gym. KD life is all hoops and doing a little something off the court. Other than that, that's all KD does. KD ain't messing with none of these girls. He ain't out here. He ain't Zion Freaky Z in the streets. KD ain't doing none of that. KD in the gym putting in work in. KD over here trying to help the younger generation put work in. I seen him put some work in with Paolo. Seen him get some work in with Chet. So KD game is different. If anybody, he can adapt his game. It's not all about explosiveness and being explosive. Get to the spot, pull up, shoot, right in your face. Easy money sniper. So KD's a little bit different. Dejounte game is built on explosiveness, being shifty, open court, being fast, being in the passing lanes, getting steals, rebounds. He's a good triple-double threat. Every time Dejounte Murray steps on the court, he's a triple-double threat. So this could zap his game a little bit. And honestly, you're never going to be right once you first come back. Tore his Achilles the end of January, early February. So you're really not looking at Dejounte back to what? January 26th? If that, and that's I ain't going to see you rushing him, but January 26th. And it's like he's going to come back, but he's not going to be right because he still has to trust his body. Like, he's just going to be out there, but he's not going to be all the way there. He's really not going to be together until probably the start of next season, the 2026 season. So you're looking at a long time period without a point guard. And honestly, you can't go back to having CJ McCollum as your starting point guard because we've seen what that is, and that's not it. You have Zion playing out of position, trying to be the point guard of the team, and Zion's not a point guard. You need a point guard. So what would this team do, especially what you're going to be in a position where you might have a point guard falling to your lap at the 7th pick? At the same time, what message does that send to Dejounte if you do select a point guard? How does he feel? Right? You guys traded for me, told me that I was going to be the man. Well, not the man. Like, he didn't come in to be the savior of the franchise, but he came in to be the leader. He came in to be the point guard, the floor general of the team. But also, if Dejounte is able to be a good vet for this point guard, he could be a good veteran that can show this young guy how to move, how to operate in an offense, how to be able to control a team. Because if you're going to get fierce, he's going to need to learn how to really be a point guard. You can't just say it's not Oklahoma, bro, where you can get up 20 shots and just be shot chucking and be inefficient. Like, no, bro, we need you to run this offense. I know it's a Willie Green offense, but you got to be able to pass the ball to somebody. And I think Dejounte could be that type of veteran presence. But does Dejounte want to be that veteran presence? Right? He coming off this type of Achilles tear, he wants to reinvent himself. He wants to make the world know that, no, Dejounte Murray ain't going nowhere. I need to be able to get my it's about me. It's going to go to a crossroads. That's all this video is about. It's going to be a crossroads sooner or later. And honestly, we just need to discuss, like, what is this crossroads and what are y'all willing to do? And there's so many answers, because if Dejounte does come back, what happens with CJ McCollum? Because you're going to have to start Trey Murphy. You got to start Zion. You got to start whoever you drafted. You got to start EV. And there's so many conversations that are either going to happen right before the draft or after the draft, depending on what the pick the Pelicans take. Because like I said, Joe Dumars is already on record saying whatever pick we select or whatever you do on the draft sends a message. So he's going to send a message to the fan base like, this is the direction this team is looking to go. And this is the direction this team is looking to try and build around Zion, or build around this pick in Zion. So that's what Joe Dumars has already come out and said multiple times. Already said it multiple times. And I think the odd man out is either going to be CJ McCollum and Dejounte Murray. Probably could be both of them. They both might be the odd man out. But I feel like one of them start next year. Well, I guess you could say next year's 2025 season. One of them probably going to be gone. Or you're going to have some type of answer to what they're trying to do. But I think having CJ McCollum at the point guard, starting the season off with CJ at point guard again, is not the way to go at all. We've seen that. It's not even the same CJ, but that's not his game. It's not what CJ McCollum does well. And then you're taking away from Zion, having to bring the ball up the court when he needs to be getting set up. He needs to be getting fed instead of having to create for everybody else. So it just depends on what this team wants to do. But I think Dejounte's future is up in the air. And simply because you're going to be starting the season out without your starting point guard for at least the first 4 months of the season. At least the first 3-4 months of the season. So that can hurt you in a season where the Pelicans need to be good immediately. They need to be good immediately. Fire Willie. Simple as that. If you're not going to want to be good immediately and are trying to like build through, then fire Willie. Get a new coach and let him build with this. Like, that don't make no sense if you're going to keep Willie Green and not trying to compete immediately. This makes no sense to me. So I think the Pelicans are going to try and compete immediately. I'm not saying they're going to be finals contenders, but they're going to try and make the playoffs. Hopefully they're not just, oh man, we can get to the 10th seed. We can, oh my God, I hope not, Lord. I hope not. That just made me so mad even thinking about that. We're the 9th seed. We're good. Like, we're gonna get in the play and bro. I'm just tired of that. I'm tired of that cycle they're stuck in. But I think the Pelicans are gonna try and be good immediately. So Dejounte not being here and him coming back and he's not gonna be up to speed. You're gonna talk about he's gonna come back in January, February, right, of 2026. Everybody else been playing basketball for months. Everybody else got at least 30 games under the belt. This guy's coming in fresh. Like, ain't been on an NBA court for over a year. You know, he might have got to practice, but practice is nothing like the games. So he's going to be out there like a fish out of water. So it's going to take him a minute to get his sea legs underneath him, but that's what I'm more saying, especially in the point where you're trying to be good immediately. But I think, ladies and gentlemen, we can honestly say we'll have our answer with this draft pick. Whatever pick they select is going to let you know what is going to happen with Dejounte, what's probably going to happen with CJ, you know, and if it's a big, maybe they're going to fully buy into Zion at the 3, Eve Misi at the 5, and whatever they draft, put him at the 4. So it's going to be some answers, because if you draft Con Knipple, he's a 2 guard. You already got Trey and CJ trying to fight for the 2 guard spot or the 3 guard spot. Herb Jones, like, it's just so many different pieces that are going to have to be answered sooner or later. So we're going to start the discussions. So y'all get down in the comments. What do you guys think? There's so many pieces that are going to have to be answered, right? Between Herb Jones, CJ McCollum, Dejounte, whatever this pick will be, Trey Murphy. There's only so many starting spots, and there's a lot of people that you can say are starters in the NBA. So all these questions will be answered. In the meantime, y'all give me some answers in the comments down below. Enjoy your Thursday. I've been your host with the most, Jordan Kitchens, and I'm signing out. Peace.